Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to the Porter Says podcast. Thanks so much for tuning into this episode. My name is Heath. And to get straight into it, in this one, I'm going to be doing my most anticipated movies for 2026. Now, keep in mind, some of these could end up getting delayed. But because delays always happen. That's just how it goes in Hollywood. But yeah. So I've got 9 movies to talk about. Kind of go from like the least anticipated to the most anticipated. Just because there are a couple of movies on here that I'm like kind of like cautious about somewhat. I don't know. Should be entertaining either way. I hope you guys find it entertaining. And I know the year isn't over yet. But, I mean, it already feels like it. The fact that we're in October, like 2 months until Christmas, that's ridiculous to me. Yeah, so let's get straight into it. So at number 9, I have Toy Story 5. It's got me intrigued. It's a movie that is, if you thought Toy Story 4 was unnecessary, I would say Toy Story 5 is even more unnecessary than Toy Story 4 was, because it's like, what are we gonna, what does it have in store for us? I don't know, I guess we're going to be tackling some more social media or something like that. I honestly don't know a ton about this movie. Look, I like Pixar for the most part. I think they put out a lot of good stuff. I enjoy Toy Story 4, but I understand if you don't. It's one of those movies that even though I like it, I won't defend it to my grave or anything. I totally understand if you don't like it at all. So that's why Toy Story 5 is at number 9, because, and obviously I'm not going to judge it until I see it. I'm going to go see the movie. I think everybody is. It'll make money, I would assume. So, okay. Now, the 8th spot I have here might be a bit interesting because, it's Avengers Doomsday. I just don't know, really, with this one. You've got so many characters that's going to be in this movie. Sorry, there's a fly going around. It's really annoying, so might have to... God, I hate those things. Anyway, so yeah, Doomsday. I am excited because I like Marvel quite a bit. I'm still a Marvel fan. Not as much as I used to be, but I still really like it. But nonetheless, I will be there opening day for it, hopefully. At number 7, I have the Super Mario Galaxy movie, the sequel to the Super Mario Brothers movie, which came back out in 2023. Another movie that I'm pretty excited for. I feel like as these goes on, I'm going to be more and more excited for these films as the list goes up. Because I do enjoy the first Super Mario movie from 2023. I thought it was a really fun animated kids movie. It definitely achieved, for its target audience. I had fun. I've seen that movie twice. Haven't felt the urge to go back to it. But this movie, with it being called Super Mario Galaxy, which means we get to see even more of the Mario world, and hopefully we get some more characters. And in terms of story details, I personally don't know a ton, and I'm pretty sure all of you and all of us don't know anything. But a film that I'm pretty excited for. And at 6, I have Scream 7. Now, you guys know, if you'd watched my top 10 favorite horror movies of all time episode of this, I adore the first Scream. I adore the entire franchise. It's probably my favorite horror franchise ever. It's the most consistent one. Now, do I think we really need a Scream 7? No, not really. I'm hoping it's the final movie, but I'm pretty sure I did see them announce Scream 8, and I'm like, 7 hasn't even come out yet. Like, unless that's not officially confirmed, because who really follows internet rumors anymore? But, you know, I hope they do something a little bit different compared to the previous 6 movies, because at a point it just gets repetitive with the Scream franchise. As good as it is, you kind of see where it's going, and you know, you at a point you're able to figure out who the killers are with what they say, what certain characters say to another, and the dialogue that they're given. But hey, it's a Scream movie, so I'm gonna be there, of course. At number 5, I have The Mandalorian and Grogu film. I know, kind of shocking to see this in the top 5 right now, because I honestly am not the biggest fan of The Mandalorian TV show. I thought the first season was fine, like it was enjoyable, but I just like, I wasn't super into it, but I enjoyed season 2. I haven't seen season 3 yet because I've just heard it's not worth even watching. And I'd seen this trailer once, but I decided to watch it again, and it looks, in my opinion, it looks really, really good. It's cool to see, you know, The Mandalorian come onto the big screen instead of just being on the TV screen. And I had to look up, I'm like, what do I have to watch before seeing this movie? And it said just the first 2 seasons of Mandalorian, which I've seen, and the Boba Fett show, Book of Boba Fett, which I haven't even bothered watching. But apparently, to understand what's going on with certain characters, I have to sit through that, because I haven't heard good things about that show, so I don't know if I'm really that excited to watch that either. But yeah, no, this movie looks banging, and I'm not massive, you know, I'm not a massive Star Wars fan, you know, I think it's one of the more inconsistent franchises in terms of quality. At number 4, I have Supergirl. I cannot wait, because I loved seeing the introduction of Supergirl at the end of Superman 2025. I really like the actress. She's Australian, which is awesome. Which, look, to be fair, I wouldn't have minded if it was an American actress or another. But the fact that she's Australian just makes it even better. In terms of, I don't know a ton about this, really. We don't know where the plot's going to be, or what it's going to be. We don't know where her character's, you know, if it's going to take place before Superman 2025, or it's going to take place after, or if it's going to be whatever. But nonetheless, it's, who would have thought I'd ever be excited for a Supergirl movie? Because honestly, I don't really like, in terms of her character, I haven't seen a ton of media with her. Like, I never saw the Supergirl show. I might have seen the Supergirl movie, maybe, like the one that came back out in the late 80s or something like that. I may have seen that when I was a kid. But I really liked the Supergirl we got in Smallville. So that's all I really know. Like, that's in terms of my introduction to her character. But now we're getting this movie, and we got her in the previous movie. So that's why it's at number 4. At number 3, The Odyssey, Christopher Nolan's next movie. What a stacked cast. Let me just read the cast off. Matt Damon, Tom Holland, Zendaya, Anne Hathaway, Robert Pattinson, Lupita Nyong'o, Charlize Theron, John Bernthal, just John Leguizamo, Himesh Patel, like, just a really, really good cast. Mia Goth. How can you not be excited? And The Odyssey is not really... I don't know a whole lot about the story of The Odyssey, but I want to try and do as much research as I can before seeing this movie. And look, Christopher Nolan, he's just a great director. To be honest, I wasn't really a fan of Oppenheimer. I thought it was okay, but just extremely long and very boring to watch. I know there's a lot of Oppenheimer fans out there. I know that it won a couple of Oscars, but just for me personally, wasn't really a fan. But The Odyssey, I think this has the potential to be better than Oppenheimer. At number 2, I have Dune Part 3. I really liked Dune Part 1. I quite enjoyed that movie. Didn't love it. I thought it was great. I got the chance to see it in the cinemas when the second one was coming out. I actually had a double feature. So I saw Dune Part 1 and then Dune Part 2, which Dune Part 2 I adored. And with the way the second one ended, of course it opens itself for a third and final movie. So I hope this one really concludes the trilogy. And at number 1, I'm sure none of you guys are shocked, Spider-Man Brand New Day. You guys know I've done a video on Spider-Man Brand New Day, so go check that out. But I can't wait. I'm so excited. We've been getting more set photos and stuff like that. We've got a few things about the Scorpion and stuff like that. Like, I mean, we had the incident with Tom Holland where he was injured on set and had to go to hospital for a few days, but he's back and ready to go, and been seeing videos of him doing some more cool stuff, some more Spidey stuff, and as a massive Spider-Man fan, I could not be any more excited. And there we go. That's the video done. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If it was a lot of rambling, I'm really sorry. I thought this was going to be a lot quicker than it was going to be, but I just once it got to the last 3 or 4, I was like, all right. I mean, I've done videos on some of these in the past. At least I think I have. So maybe I've already given my thoughts. But there was a couple I don't think I'd had. So, yeah. I hope you have a good rest of your week, everybody. And I'll catch you guys next time. Take care.